Welcome everyone. We're about to do another workout in our 20-minute workout series. This time we're doing upper body strength. So as I said, it's a circuit. For the first 5 exercises, the first circuit, we're going to be using tubing. And I'm going to do 5 exercises 2 times through. And then we're going to switch and use a TRX. And I'm going to do 5 exercises 2 times through. It's a full upper body workout. So we'll do chest, back, shoulders, and arms. And I'm using an app called Seconds. So we're going to do each exercise for 50 seconds. And then we'll have 10 seconds to kind of shake it out and set up for the next exercise. Let's get started. We're going to begin, as I said, with the tubing. And what I'm going to do is put the tubing around an attachment point here. And I'm going to turn away from that attachment point. Now I have it a little lower than my chest because I want to have the tubing underneath and not hit my arms. Then I can come into a lunge or I can have my feet even. And I'm just going to press out and come back in. So just like a standing push-up or a chest press. And I'm going to exhale, press away, inhale, come back in. That's my halfway point there. And what I want to focus on here is just keeping the hands right in line with my chest. And you notice the elbows are dropped a little below shoulder level. That's going to be a better position to help target the triceps, the anterior delts, and especially our pecs. So press out and come back in. And let's do one more. All right, now we've got our 10-second transition here. You can kind of shake it loose. And then all I'm going to do is that same movement pattern, but facing the attachment point. So I'm going to come back here and I pull, and you notice it's the same arm pattern, but now I'm pulling instead of pushing. So I'm working the muscles on the opposite side. I'm working my back muscles here and a little bit of biceps. So pulling back and coming back in. The great thing about tubing is that it's variable resistance. If I want more, I just go further away from the attachment point. And if I feel like I can't control it, I come a little closer. Now I'm doing about a 2 count back and a 2 count forward. You can do more rapid fire if you want, but I like this pace for really increasing strength. And come back through and back. So this is a timed workout. You can also do reps and sets, but we're doing how many you can do in a certain amount of time. Now I'm going to take the tubing out from the attachment point and I'm going to go into an overhead press here. So from here, I'm going to step on the tubing with the ball of my foot and come forward, and then I'm just going to do a shoulder press right there. Make sure the tubing's even, coming out of the side of your foot. Press up and come back down. Exhale up, inhale down. So this is a hard exercise for most people, the overhead press. And it's really great for your delts. Again, you're getting triceps in as well. Now that's the halfway point. All I'm going to do is switch the foot that I'm standing on the tube with and continue. That way, I'm kind of staying balanced. It's a whole Pilates thing, right? I can't get away from it. Pressing up and coming back in. We've got about 10 more seconds. And right out there. And pressing up. And here we go. One last time. And down. All right, so now we have our 10 seconds, and then we're gonna do some arm work. So the first thing we're gonna do is a set of bicep curls. I'm gonna take the tubing back around the attachment point and step back here a little bit. And I'm gonna have my arms out in front. I'm gonna keep my elbows forward, and I'm curling in here. Curl and release. Now, you're gonna exhale as you curl, inhale as you release. Notice I have an athletic stand. My knees are slightly bent. My spine is long, my hips are slightly flexed as well, and I'm keeping my weight centered on my feet. And I curl in and release right there. Woo! Feel the burn and come back in. Good. Remember, elbows forward. Bring the hands to the shoulder. Keep the wrist nice and long. And ta-da! Right there. Now, I have 10 seconds, and then I'm going to step forward here a little bit because we're going to do a tricep kickback. So my elbows will be behind me. I'm going to come into this bent position. And from here, I'm just pressed back. So my elbows stay stationary. They stay in the same place in space. And I move my forearm to really kick in that tricep. Exhale, press, inhale, return. Shoulders stay open in front. Abs engaged. I still have that nice athletic stance. I'm actually hinging forward here. That's a really good balanced position. Elbows stay lifted. And we're halfway done. And press through. And again, keep the elbows lifted. Try not to move the upper arm. Try just to move the forearm. And 10 seconds. Here. Press and return. Woo, feel the burn. So you should use a tubing. Strength that you feel that work. Now we're going to turn around and we're going to do that same thing over again. So we're going to come back into our position here and press and come back. Exhale, press. Good form, strong core, upper body stable, and press out there and right out and come back in. That's it. Yes, and just keep that grip just enough to hang on to the tubing and not too much here so you don't have an over grip. And again, keep the wrist long. Keep that athletic stance. Woo! Feeling the second set, are you? And press out. And again, just a few more seconds here pressing. If it's not burning, you don't have enough resistance, reach and back. All right. Now we're going to go into our back row. So from here, we're going to face the attachment point, and remember, you're going to step back a little bit, and it's that same movement pattern. So it's like a reverse push-up here. So you're pulling the elbows back. Don't pull your hands into your shoulders like this. Keep them a little wider, almost as wide as your elbows. And pull. And again, right back there. Try not to move your upper body. Try to keep it stable and really focus on moving those arms. Halfway here. And pull. Back. And again. Woo. And we're getting there. And return. And back. 10 more seconds here. Control it. Give it a little pause in the back to really flood the muscle with blood. One more. And forward. All right, so now shake it loose. We're going to go into our shoulders. And again, I'm going to step on the tubing with one foot. Make sure it's even here. Follow the foot on it so you don't lose it. Step through and a press up. Exhale up, inhale down. Now, if this gets to be too much, all you can do is take one arm up and down and then alternate. This gives one arm a little break while you're working the other arm. And then we can go back into both. Press and press. Now we're going to switch feet at the halfway point here. So put your other foot on. Make sure it's even. And then here we go. Press and press. Exhale up. And again. Woo! These burn. And press. And again, reach it right up there. And 5 seconds. Right up. One more. And down. Okay. Let's do some biceps. So take that tubing back around the attachment point here. Arms are reaching forward. Shake it loose. Shoulders open. And curl. Pulling it right in. And releasing. A nice 2 count in. 2 count out. Athletic stance. And pull. And pull. We got it. And curl. Keep the shoulders open. Keep the spine lengthened. Halfway point. So I don't know if you're counting, but you're getting between 10 and 20 reps in, depending on how fast you're going. That's it. And in. And a few more. And that's a really good endurance training number. That's why you feel that burn. One more. And release. Okay. Triceps are next, so we step in a little bit. You can come into this stance. Again, if you feel it in your lower back at all, go into that lunge position. But otherwise, right here, stable, and press. Elbows stay lifted. Shoulders stay open. Body stays stable. And 2 counts back, 2 counts in. Press it back. And again. And return. That's it. Now step either forward if you need a little less, or backward if you need a little more, or if you're perfect, stay right there. But this is the halfway point, so now you should really feel that work. And press back. And exhale. And we got 10 seconds here, guys. Finish strong, and then we move on to our TRX. And press back, and break. Okay. Hey guys, before we continue the workout, I just want to tell you about Garey TV. On Garey TV, you'll see workouts like this without any ads or any interruptions. We have literally thousands of workouts on Garey TV. We've got mat workouts, reformer workouts, all kinds of workouts. And we have lots of different subscriptions, so you can find the one that's perfect for you. If you check out our link above, you'll see that your subscription is 50% off your first month. I hope you'll join me over on Garey TV, and now let's get back to work. So now we're gonna move on to the TRX, and for the TRX, I'm gonna do all of the exercises with the straps lengthened to the halfway point here. And the first one we have is our chest press or push-up, TRX push-up. So have your feet wide, you're gonna inhale, bend, and exhale, press. Now again, it's really gravity here on this one with the TRX that's determining how hard this exercise is. So if I want to make it harder, I simply step back a little bit so that more of my body is leaning out and I'm getting a lot more work there. And then to make it easier, I step forward here so that my body's more upright and it's a lot less work. So come back to that perfect position for you where you feel the work. Now notice we are having to stabilize so that, oh, that's it. So we have to stabilize so that things don't move all around. Now all I'm gonna do, just like with the tubing, is turn around and I'm going to grab onto the handles and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do my back rope. So pulling up and out and coming back down through. Exhale up. And try to keep the body in one straight line. Remember, the arms do the same thing. Pulling up. And again, pull up. And exhale. Halfway. Woo, these are tough. And again, pull. And pull it right up there. And in and out. Use that exhale as you pull. Keep the body in one straight line. Got 2 more here. Little squeeze at the top. 1 more. And slowly back. All right. Now we're going to turn around. We're going to go back into that starting plank position. And this time we're going to do a long stretch. So this is really great for the lats and the pecs. And it's a different arm movement pattern than what we did for the push-ups. But it's really working the whole anterior here. Inhale up, exhale down. So you got some pec work. As I said, you've got lat work, and you've even got some tricep work in here. Breathe in. Now, don't come to a point where there's no tension whatsoever. Keep your body where there's tension on it, where you feel the weight of your body the entire time. And reach out and come back up. You doing okay there, Rocco? Can't decide which bed to take a nap on. And come back up, out, and come back up. And we'll do that again. Reach out and come back in. All right, there we go. Now we have our 10 seconds, and then we're gonna turn around. Now these are gonna be tough. These are our Ys. So we're gonna start kind of like a reverse plank here. And then you're gonna reach your arms out to the corners of the ceiling and then come back down. The goal is to keep the body as straight as possible. And you notice when I'm at the top, I still have to hold myself up. And I'm getting really great work on the posterior side through the back of the shoulders. It's a great shoulder exercise and really good for the back muscles as well. Press and come back. Now to make this one easier, I can come into this lunge and I'm kind of helping myself with that back foot, and then you would switch and do that same thing with the other foot. Right, like that. And that makes it a bit easier. Up and out. We got one more in here. And back. All right, so from here, we're gonna go into our bis and tris. Now, these are a lot harder than the tubing ones. So what we're gonna do is half the minute or 50 seconds with bis, and then we'll flip over and do half with tris. So here I have the arms in front of me, palms up, and I'm moving my whole body in one piece as I do my bicep curls. I flex the elbow to pull the hands by my ears. And again, pull. And again, exhale, pull. And that's the halfway point. So we're gonna flip over here, and now you're gonna start with the arms above your head. You're gonna flex the elbows and press out. You can take your feet a little wider to help you balance. And press. Shoulders down, inhale, flex the elbows. Exhale, press. Keep the body in one straight line. And press. You should really be feeling those triceps. I'm doing a little shaking here. And press one more time. And press. All right, so that was our first round. We're gonna do that same series again for the second round. So shake it loose a little bit. And let's go into our chest press here. So find that plank position. Inhale, bend the elbows about 2 counts down and then 2 counts back. Try to keep the glutes tight. That's gonna help you from kind of hinging forward at the waist, which you don't wanna do. You wanna take the whole body forward and then press back. Inhale down, exhale up. Now there's some great variations here that you can do of lifting one leg. If you just tried it, you notice how hard that is, right? You gotta bring the other one into the center and lift right here. And then you can do that on the other side. Inhale, bend, exhale up. Now, if you're not centered, you're gonna be twisting and rotating all around, which we don't want. And press. Okay, now we're gonna turn around. We're gonna do our back row here. So again, we're doing bilateral. You can do this unilateral, but let's stick with our bilateral. So we're gonna start here with the elbows bent and then straighten them. Face that attachment point and then pull the elbows back at an angle here with the hands wide and then back. Exhale. And again, you should be feeling the shoulder blades squeeze toward each other as you pull and slowly release. Pull and slowly release. Let's do that a few more times. Woo! And more than a few more times. Pull and back. Remember, you have the staggered foot position. If you need a little assistance on this, you can also come back here. And of course, that makes it easier. But what you don't want is when you come up for there to be slack in that strap. So make sure you're positioned where you never get slack in the strap. Up and down. All right, so we'll stay with our planking, but we're gonna face the other way here. And we're gonna come back into, like, we're gonna do another set of chest press, and we do our long stretch. You got some fuzz on your butt there, Rocco. And then pull back up. Inhale, stretch it out. And exhale up. So they do a lot of, you can see one of them's torn already. They do a lot of scratching. They try to rearrange that bed, and it's really not meant for that. So they end up scratching up a lot of that fuzz. And pull. We are halfway, so inhale, reach out, live dangerously here. If you feel this in your lower back, you need to step forward a little bit because you might not be strong enough in the core to support that position. And up, and so you're kind of, letting your lower back sink, and you don't want to do that. And in, so the abs have to stay really strong, your breath has to be fluid, and in, whew, okay. And we're gonna flip around here, and we're gonna do our Ys. Because. Okay, so here we go. It's corny. I like corny jokes. All right, so from here, arms are long. You're gonna reach them out to the corners and then come back. And pull and come back. And exhale, pull. And keep the body in one straight line. Pull. Squeeze at the top there. And back. Pull. And back. Doing great. We are halfway. Everything should be starting to fatigue here because of all the work we're doing. Press and back and again. Pull out to those corners and come back and again. Exhale and back. I think we can get one more really good one. Squeeze and slowly release. There we go. All right. Now we're finishing with our bis and tris. So here we go. Facing the same direction. Arms out in front. Palms up. Bend the elbows and curl. Make sure you don't have slack at the end of the movement. Right here, there still needs to be tension there. And back. And pull 2. Make it easier. Step back. Make it harder. Step forward toward that attachment point. Exhale. Inhale, return. And again, pull. And return. And pull. Woo! Burning. That's it. And pull it in. And release it. Pull it in. And release. And again. Pull. And release. Exhale. Curl it in. And again. Pull. And again. Curl. And back. All right. Now we're going to finish with just one quick set of triceps. So right here, bend and press. And let's just do 10 and 9 and 8. I forgot to switch halfway. And 7. That's okay. You got extra biceps. I was wondering why they were burning so bad. And 4 and 3. This is the bonus round. And 2 and 1 more. Bend and press and finish. All right, just shake that out. You're probably going to want to do some upper body stretching now. Thank you so much for joining me for our upper body circuit 1, which means there's going to be another one. So check out our full 20-minute series, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye. Hey everybody, thank you so much for working out with me today. I hope that you enjoyed that workout. And if you did, I hope that you will join us over on John Garey TV. John Garey TV has over 1,000 workouts that include Reformer, Pilates Mat, and Fitness. We are your at-home Pilates and Fitness studio. Right now, if you sign up, you'll get 50% off your first month. And it doesn't matter if you don't have a Reformer. If you've got a mat, you can have a mat membership. If you've got some fitness gear, you can have a Mat and Fitness membership. Or if you've got a Reformer, you can have an all-access membership. We've got you covered. So I hope you'll join us over on johngareytv.com today.